Our countdown to first pitch begins for GAC softball here in 2021, and we are excited to get to talk about softball today. My guest is from Alva, the head softball coach at Northwestern, Coach Jill DeVries, in her fourth season with the program. Coach, it's a privilege to get to visit with you today. Excited to talk about softball. I know that you all are probably ready to go. Things cut short last season. It seemed like you were trying to get things going, and then the season was abruptly halted. What do you know about last season's team that you can carry into this year?
We've battled being a young team for many years now, and for me this year, I finally feel like we're not a young team anymore. And I'm really excited about that because my juniors have been with me this is their third year with me now. My seniors are all transfers. They've been with me this will be their second year. So everyone has been with us long enough. This is the first year my time here at Northwestern that every girl on the team has been brought in by me, and it's very exciting to have my team and have a little bit more maturity than what we've had in the last few years.
I imagine that makes a big deal of difference to you. I mean, it really is. It feels like your program then at this point in time. So you know for sure what they're being taught at a collegiate level, start to finish. You talked about seniors. You have three of those that are on the roster this year, including Alexia Taylor. She brings back the best ERA from last season's record. Of course, the team last year 4-15 gave up a lot of runs. Talk about your pitching staff coming into this year.
So we have Alexia Taylor returning, and we expect big things from her out of the circle. She's strong, and she's throwing the ball hard, which is great to see. We have Hannah Howell returning as well, and she was a freshman last year. We put a lot on her shoulders, and I think she was able to really take some time to grow over this last year, and a lot of maturity coming out of her this year of what we've seen in the fall. I've also brought in three junior college transfers as pitchers. So again, we've got girls with some collegiate experience in the circle, and that's something we haven't had a lot of in the last few years.
We're speaking now with Jill DeVries, who is a softball coach at Northwestern. The Rangers picked 12th according to the preseason coaches poll in the Great American Conference. And Coach, we're talking about juniors and these players that are all yours. There are a host of juniors on this roster coming in in different ways. But I know that you're looking to swing the bat well this year. Talk about the juniors and how you're going to be producing offense.
One of the top juniors we've had, and she's produced every year that she's been here, is Kaylee Johnson. She's been a huge pivotal player for us, and she's maturing even more, and she's really stepping up in leadership roles, and we expect a lot out of her again. She performed well as a freshman. She performed well last year. She's kind of been a linchpin in our lineup every year that she's been here, and she's ready to do that again this year. We've got Lindsay McElroy, who's a junior. She'll be most likely starting for us in center field. She's got a lot of power behind her. We have Abby Detar. We've got some speed. We've got some lefties. We've got kind of a real mix. Again, I said I brought in three junior college transfers. They're all pitchers. And then I brought in a catcher. So we've got a lot of mixture in that junior class with how many we have.
As you get ready for the season, which is just right around the corner, and we're all very excited about that, by the way, to get to talk about more softball and get out there on the field. What do you take from then the experience of this past year and all that's gone there? Again, a season cut abruptly short. How do you feel like that your players then are prepared, and how have you prepared them for the upcoming season? With I'm so tired of the phrase "in these challenging times," but there have been some uncertainties, and talk through that quickly.
Absolutely. I think the challenge that we're faced with is how to prepare them 100% for this year. And it's a year unlike any year that they're ever going to have in their collegiate careers or in softball in general, with the different rules and regulations. But I think at the end of the day, we have to put in perspective that we're all so thankful to get to play this game that we love and get to be out on the field again. Last year was really hard. So any of the girls who experienced the season being cut short last year, they came in with a different vigor this year. They had some time off, a lot more time off than they've ever had in their lives from softball, and they were hungry and ready to get to work and ready to play. And we were relatively healthy throughout the fall. So we got a lot of time together as a team, and we're able to get a lot of work done and really see a lot of that maturity that I've been talking about. These girls who are taking on these leadership roles who've been with me for several years now. And so we're able to move forward in a lot of realms of the game. And it's been really exciting. And again, I think they're just so hungry and ready to go with whatever happens.
All right. Well, the Rangers, according to the coaches poll, the preseason poll, picked 12th in the Great American Conference this season. Coach Jill DeVries, thank you so much for taking time with us as we count down to first pitch in the GAC.
Thank you so much for having me.